I can talk about two products that we have at Digital Wealth Partners. I cannot talk about the other products that we have at Digital Wealth Partners. I can only talk about the returns on those two products. I cannot talk about the returns on the other products. It's not because I don't want to talk about them. It's because I legally can't talk about them. So the two products that we have that I can talk about are the income fund and the growth fund. These are the original ones. There may have been some other stuff later on, again, but those are the two I can talk about. So one of those produces income on a quarterly basis. We have paid dividends out of that fund to LPs. They get a cash return on a quarterly basis. If there aren't any cash returns for that period because the way that it's invested underperforms, then there's no guarantees of returns on any of these. We run them in real strategies, and there's risk associated with the investments, and that's why both of them require accredited investors to be able to participate. So on the income fund, it's cash. You could use that cash to buy more XRP, but to your point, you are going to have tax implications for that distribution that you're going to receive on a quarterly basis. The growth fund, however, continues to compound your XRP while it's in there. If you take XRP back out of the growth fund, the contribution, putting it in and taking out, are not taxable up to the amount that you put in. Okay, so let's say you put in 100 XRP. The minimum is much higher than that, but we're just going to use that for easy math. Okay, and over the next 3 to 5 years, you double your position in XRP. That's not completely unreasonable. It could absolutely happen if the strategies perform well. And so let's say at the end of 3 to 5 years, you have 200 XRP in the fund. You could redeem the first 100 XRP with no tax implications and leave the other 100 in there to continue to compound. That's basically interest, right, that you've earned during that period. But as long as you're not redeeming that interest, it's not a taxable event. We want to work this out, over the next 3 to 5 years, probably sooner, ideally sooner, where we tokenize the funds. And if we're able to tokenize the funds, it would be an issued asset on the XRPL, and then you might be able to take that over to the Borrow-Lend protocol and get a loan against your position in the fund. You would be liquid, right? And then you can allow that to continue to compound and grow over time without having any tax implications. We want to create all the solutions to be as tax efficient as possible. But people do want income in cash off of their XRP, and so we've created a product for that.